3 games into the league season, Rangers have 3 points, but I don't think there'll be many Rangers players achieving a rating of 3 or higher. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. Time for your St Mirren Rangers player ratings. The game in Paisley is over. It was St Mirren 1, Rangers 1. They may have called it Love Street once upon a time, but I think there's no love for Russell Martin at Rangers.
It's
or his
all
players.
Yeah, it's definitely not love-hate, it's just hate.
See Russell Martin, it's like, you know, when you play Fife City and you've got that wee love heart and it starts at like 100 and then you take a couple of shots for the MG9 and then it goes down to 1 and it starts flashing and you know you're about to die. I think that's what Russell Martin's currently on. His health bar is 1 and I think he knows that. I tell you what, he'll be lucky if he gets a rating of 1, but I think his health bar's at 1 and he's one more hit away from being out the door. Can't believe we're saying that after this short period of time, but
these broken wings are meant to fly again.
It is what it is.
Are they going to fly again?
Well,
take me back to Fife City because this is shite.
Ken Rosenberg, he'd do a better job in charge of Rangers.
Fuck, anyone would. Who's the worst character in Fife City? Danny Dyer was in it.
Oh, he's the guy in the bar, isn't he?
Right.
Malibu.
He's in San Andreas as well.
Anyway, guys, we could sit here reminiscing of old games and how great they are. If you want to check out us playing old games, then you can check out Fog Gaming, and that might be the first time that we've give a shout out to Fog Gaming. Something that we were considering doing is a San Francisco 49ers franchise mode. Does anybody want that? Let us know.
I don't even want it anymore.
No?
No, I'm done.
Well, guys,
I'm done.
seriously, let us know either in the comments or on the live premiere if you want to see more content. If you like gaming, if you want to see gaming content from us, then let us know down below. And we're not copying some other shitey Rangers channel, by the way, because we've been in the gaming market for over a decade on YouTube, right? So let's get that straight right there.
Message me. But anyway, right, let's get into it. Rate them.
What would you rate it, Stuart, after those comments?
Didn't get much time to get out.
Right, by the way, people want. I'll quickly address it here. People wanted a full video on the Rabble. I really can't be arsed, but honestly, man, I think Martin was just trying to save face. Now, Stuart, I believe his name is, came out and he made.
Is that Stuart Little?
Stuart Little, and he must have felt very little in that moment. So he came out and made the comments that he wanted to make. Now, Martin, fair play to Martin. Martin called him out straight away and went, no, you can't be saying that. And Martin was definitely right to do that. So I applaud Martin. I think he was right in that circumstance, coming out straight away and addressing that. And then Stuart tries to downplay it. And he's like, well, you know what I mean? I don't know if he's Korean or Chinese or Japanese. See, if that was the case, Stuart, you would just say the Asian guy. Alright, you wouldn't say what you said, so it was Stuart taking no accountability, trying to deflect it, and then later he's almost like throwing the entire Rangers fan base under the bus, saying, well, I might have said a derogatory comment there, I might have said something offensive, but at least I don't chant, this horrible song about being up to my neck in a certain religion's
knees,
blood, up to my knees, well, neck, knees, it's not good either way, right, that's too much blood, and, like, instead of all Stuart had to do, in my opinion, see when Martin says, "Oh no, we don't say that. We don't." I think Stuart should have just went, "You're right. I was upset. I apologise. I shouldn't have said that. I was wrong." And to me, they could have just left it there. I think if Stuart took accountability and just apologised, they could have left it right there. But he didn't. He said it was a throwaway comment. He said it was like something he didn't mean, when in reality, just because you don't know someone's nationality, you don't tend to... Like, let's say some guy was from Africa, but you didn't know if he was like Nigerian or if he was like from Congo. You wouldn't say, well, that N-word, would you? You just wouldn't say that.
No, because it wouldn't be... I mean, it's no right to do it. And for Stuart, it was a meltdown on top of a meltdown.
So instead
it spiralled out of control.
All Stuart
he thought he saved face by calling McGregor a git instead of, I don't know what he was going to call him.
Yeah, well, he was bragging about 10 seconds before that.
You see, Mark?
See, I don't swear. I just come out with offensive comments. But I mean, he could have just apologised, and that might have been the end of it. But he didn't. He doubled down. He treated it like it was a throwaway comment. and then he kind of threw other fans under the bus. So it was like a lack of accountability. I understand what he's saying. It's like, hold on, you're going to have a go at me for saying that when you say that. I mean, I understand the sentiment from Stuart, but it's like, no, mate, you fucked up. So instead of that's like, oh, I killed someone on the street, but other people kill others too, so it's okay. It's like, two wrongs don't make a right. So then Stuart himself decides to leave, and he's like, well, if that's the case, I'm just going to go. I don't want to bring any trouble to your pod, Martin. And Martin's like, message me, Stuart. And I just think that between the time when Stuart left and Martin did his next show, I think he's completely shat himself and thought, oh, I don't want any negative fallout for this. I don't want my show to potentially maybe lose a sponsor or anything like that, because if Martin truly felt, see, the next day he came out, right, and Stuart was wrong, and what Stuart said was like definitely wrong, and he should have apologised. But he came out the next day and he was almost pretending as if Stuart had like murdered 10,000 people. And it's like, if Martin truly felt what Stuart said at the time was so bad, he would have kicked him off the podcast immediately. He would have just said, no, Stuart, we don't say that, we can't say that, I can't have you on this saying that. But he didn't. It was Stuart was the one that left. Yeah. And Martin was like, oh, message me, as if they were going to like sort things out after that. So I personally think that Martin has completely shat himself and went, oh crap, that could have a negative effect on me, so I need to like double down and get rid of this Stuart guy. And it kind of did remind me of the whole Claude Arsenal fan TV situation, and if you know that, you know that. But the difference is, right, I don't even think what Claude said, I don't think he meant it that way. At least I've never heard of that, the whole DVD agent thing. I've never heard that in my puff. What I thought Claude meant by that, I thought he meant the fact that Spurs fans, whenever they get a win, like, they never shut up, they never stop talking about it. So I thought he meant that they would create DVDs so that they could like rewatch that goal and rewatch that win over Arsenal over and over and over again.
Yeah, we hear it so many times up here about Celtic have got a DVD to the road to Seville.
Yeah, and that's what I thought it was similar to that with Claude. And the thing is, Claude actually apologised, and Claude showed remorse. But Arsenal fan TV, they decided, oh no, you can't come back on, despite there being worse people on Arsenal fan TV than Claude. But here, rest in peace, Claude. His mental health went to shit and he ended up dying. So, I mean, that was sad. Anyone checking out with Stuart?
Who knows? But, no, I totally agree. It's like, people have been in our comments, like, lauding Martin and praising Martin. But if you actually look at what happened when it took place, it didn't seem like a guy that was overly pissed off with Stuart.
If Martin felt that strong about it, he could have removed Stuart on the spot. He could have went, nah, I'm not having someone say that. That's unacceptable. You're going to have to leave, then kick him off. He didn't do that. It was Stuart left on his own accord. I personally think Stuart should come out and apologise and then just maybe move on. I mean, do we not give people second chances? Like, why can't the guy just apologise? But then again, he didn't apologise, so maybe he doesn't. I guess you don't deserve a second chance unless you take accountability and own up for your actions. But I don't think it's something. I don't think like this Stuart guy should be branded like the worst person on earth. I think if he comes out and he admits to what he done and he says he's sorry, then I mean, shouldn't that be enough? Like, if he was man enough to admit that he was wrong, then I think everyone else should be man enough to like move on and accept it. But that's just my opinion on the whole rabble thing. I know people want a separate video on it, but can't really be arsed.
The key thing is, though, he didn't actually apologise, but you're right, I believe in forgiveness, right? Words are words at the end of the day, and if he came out and apologised, then it's Martin's decision at the end of the day. Martin got rid of him. It's Martin's show. It's not like it's like half and half.
No, but let's be honest, right? Both sets of fans, there is some heinous shit that is sung at stadiums. And there's been some heinous shit that's been done at stadiums.
Fuck it, absolutely.
So, I mean, I could understand, like...
I mean, deaths get celebrated, terrorist organisations get celebrated, groups of people get, celebrated, songs about them being killed. Well, I mean, both sides, and it's not just Scottish football in that regard, that goes across the world, I guess, but
No, but
I understand why he took it thick that way, because he thought he was getting bashed by people.
100%. See if you made a comment, right, and you made the wrong comment and you were wrong to say it, and then you have people that are like genuinely bad people coming out and saying all this shit. I think you wouldn't respond to that. I think you would respond to that negatively, but he should have apologised and they should have moved on. Truth be told, though, I don't think it really mattered. I think that Stuart could have. I think he could have said that word. I think he could have said what he said, regretted it instantly, even before Martin said, no, don't be saying that. I think Stuart could have regretted it instantly, apologised straight away. I still think it would have been the same outcome. I think the next morning, when the leader of the rabble woke up, I think he would have canned Stuart Little. So
Martin's connected. You know, I made him sound dodgy. You know, he's got the TalkSport deal. He's got all these sponsors. And you know what? It's his business. He can run it the way he wants it to run it. And keeping Stuart in 2025 after saying something like that, it's going to bring heat.
All I know is if someone done something heinous, I wouldn't need to wait till the next day to call it out or decide if I want nothing to do with them. If somebody did something that was so bad, and I knew it was so bad, then I wouldn't need a night's sleep to reflect on it.
No, yeah, I know. I second that. If something's that bad, then you know there and then.
But speaking of bad, how bad were Rangers?
Rangers were fucking brutal.
You don't need any more time to reflect on how bad Rangers were.
No, I don't, but it's time to rate them.
It is, right, so we're going to get into it. We'll start with the goalkeepers, defenders, so on. I mean, at some point we'll maybe have a look and see what some of the players and managers were saying, and I think we'll start with St Mirren, don't we? We always start with the home team, so let's go. George in nets. Honestly, don't think either keeper had that much to do. I mean, George had a save from Danilo, a Tavernier shot. He saved a shot from Ant-Man. I mean, it was he didn't have a chance with the deflected goal, so I feel bad from there. I'll give George. I'll give George a 6.
I'll give George a 6 as well. Couldn't do anything about the goal, and I think most saves he made were routine.
Yeah, I don't recall this like one spectacular save, right? Butland, Ayunga puts it past him 1-on-1. Not really expecting him to save that. He saved that one for Godzic. Don't think he would have saved the Mandron shot if he got it on target, but then again, you can't criticise Butland because Mandron didn't hit the target. I'll probably give Butland it's a 6 fair for Butland.
I'll give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6.
The first goal's not his fault.
Right.
The only goal he scored's not his fault.
Right, Richardson was decent, I thought, on the right. I don't think Gassama really caused him that many problems, to be fair. I'll give Richardson. I'll give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well. Right, Max Aarons. Oh,
I don't know how this guy starts ahead of Tavernier. I really do not. For Aarons to be ahead of Tavernier, he would need to be so much better defensively, and I just don't think he is. So you're putting in a guy that defensively isn't really better than Tav, and you're losing Tav's attacking outlet. You're losing the set piece ability from Tav, the corners. He is. You can say what you want about him, but he is the best penalty kick taker at Rangers.
Is that his flex these days?
No, but it's like I just think that there's negatives to not playing Tav. I don't think there's any positives to playing Aarons.
That's a fair assessment.
I'm going to give. I'll give him a 4. I thought he was poor.
I'll give him a 4 as well. Just lightweight, and he said he can't cope with the pressure.
Well, he shouldn't be at Rangers then, should he?
No.
Right, Fraser. I'll give Fraser a 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well. Decent game for Fraser. Solid at the back.
But
I tell you what, when you're next to Gogic, you're always going to be the.
You're
going to be the Robin to Batman, aren't you? You know what I mean?
I like Gogic, good player. Right, John Suter. At least he tried. The goal Rangers conceded. At least he put in some effort, tried to run back. There was one moment in the first half where Mandron just completely outmuscled him and Suter fell into the advertising board on his ass.
I'm not saying John Suter's the greatest guy of all time, right? Because he's not, and I've bashed him a lot. But I think if you put John Suter next to a great Rangers defender over the years with a solid back line and goalkeeper. I don't think I think he would slot right in. I think he's just been he has come into Rangers at a period with the
defence a shambles, really.
Yep. After the Europa League final, and that's when it's been nose diving. So yeah, I think it's unfair. I mean, even if I know he was next to Goldson, but he wasn't next to him for Goldson's peak.
Yeah, I mean, the season that Stuart spent next to Goldson was Goldson's worst season at Rangers.
Yeah,
probably.
No,
and then Proper came along, and we all know what happened there. So, yeah, I just think if Stuart could have been if he could get a good partner, I'll give him a 5.
If he was next to like Davy Weir or something, I think he'd be alright.
I'll give him a 5.
I'll give him a 5 as well.
Right.
Like Gogic, I'll give you a 7.
Gogic
He gave away the ball once, but he's always a threat.
Yeah, getting forward, set pieces, he runs about, you can't fault the guy's effort. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Right, Fernandes, just lack of effort for that St Mirren goal. Just didn't see it, he didn't read it, and when the ball was past him, he never cared. He could have tracked back, he could have tried to give Suter a bit of support. Who knows what would happen? Maybe Suter could have held up Ayunga long enough for Fernandes to get back and make a difference, but Fernandes was like, fuck it, Suter, you can handle that on your own. And that's not the kind of centre back you want next to you.
Weak, passive,
gave the ball away a couple of times as well.
Lacks a footballing IQ, and the cherry on top. No fucking effort.
I'm gonna give him a 3.
Yeah.
I would have given him a 4, but I didn't like his attitude for the goal. So
I'll give him a 3.
It's a 3 for me.
Right,
Freckleton. I mean, I'll give a 6. I thought the St Mirren defence pretty much across the board were pretty basic. They were decent, did their job. Only conceded 1 goal, an unfortunate goal to concede. Didn't really have to do that much, to be honest. It's not like Rangers were trying to knock the door down and pummel the St Mirren defence. It was. And we're seeing that. We're looking at the ratings that we've gave like the Motherwell team and the Dundee team and today the St Mirren team. It's not like we're giving the defences like these 9s and 8s and that's a sign.
Yeah, they weren't overly great. I'll give Freckleton.
I'm going to give him a 6.
I'll give him a 6 as well, right?
Magoma. He's supposed to be the answer. Another young kid coming in on loan. I think Yilmaz left yesterday, didn't he?
2 million.
And Yefty's away, so I think Rangers need another. I think they need someone else out there.
Oh fuck, they do. I'll give him a 4.
I mean, even if you play Aarons at left back, are you not looking at now that Rangers only have 3 fullbacks? Aarons, Magoma, and Tav. That's not enough, is it?
No, it's not enough. But this guy's 19 years old. He's played like 20 odd games at the top level. And how did the Rangers think that's going to be Look at the state of the back 4, man. 2 guys that have barely played any meaningful minutes. Suter and then Aarons, who's pish. Brutal. I'll give him a 4 though. What are you giving him?
I'll give him a 4 as well. And then Declan John, former Rangers player. Still, I think he's good. I think he's cut out for the league. I'll give him a 6. So nothing spectacular.
I'll give him a 5. I think he was the worst at the back.
5, right? Fair enough. 5.5 then. Right, let's take a wee break then before we move into the midfield players and get some response from some of the pundits, some of the players and the managers maybe as well. So, Chris Boyd said that next week he thinks it could be very toxic. He said the following, quote, "This is only going to intensify. Celtic are coming to Ibrox next weekend. If Rangers don't get a good result on Wednesday, Ibrox is going to be toxic next Sunday." End of quote. Listen, Boyd, I don't think it really matters what kind of result Rangers get on Wednesday. It's going to be toxic either way. I just don't see how Rangers go into the 4th game of the season 6 points behind and it's not toxic. Even if Rangers go through against Club Brugge, I don't think the fans are going to be overly happy going into that Celtic game. They can't be.
There's no setup. Yo, if Rangers go into the Champions League, that's going to get a wee bit of a buzz. Things will feel automatically better. Hell, because it brings better players, doesn't it? But how many times have we sat here? League's bread and butter. Champions League football is like the knife that spreads the butter. It's alright, but at the end of the day, you could use a fork to spread the butter, you know what I mean?
Aye. Or you could have your toast with foot butter.
Or you could just fucking slap the toast into the bit of lure pack.
Aye. Or
Anyway, we've lost the plot here.
right. Stephen Thompson, he says big questions are going to be asked and
Your best.
are going to
Did
be
you try
asked.
your best?
Yeah, so he says, quote, Rangers had to be better in the second half, and they were slightly. They put St Mirren under a lot of pressure with a lot of crosses. St Mirren were feeding off scraps at the end. I think a draw is about right. For Rangers, that's incredibly disappointing. Big questions are going to be asked, and Russell Martin will face him over the next couple of days. St Mirren managed to hang in, and I think Stephen Robinson will be delighted with his team's performance. End of quote. Stephen Robinson then kind of Stephen Thompson even kind of echoing what I was saying, that I think that a draw probably is about the fair result.
I understand what he's saying. That I think that's him saving face. You know, I think that's him making it feel sound like, well, Rangers are Rangers, and if I say a draw is a fair result, that makes me look good. But if I come out and say I threw away 2 points today, it makes him look a wee bit pissed, doesn't it?
True, right, couple more comments and we'll get into the rest of the ratings. Rangers midfielder Joe Rothwell came out on Sky Sports and said the following, quote, bitterly disappointed, we want to win these games, but we managed to get the point. Hopefully the results start coming our way. We knew how they were going to play, direct and land on second balls. We can do all the talking before the game, but if you don't do it on the pitch, it doesn't matter. We have to stick together, keep working hard on the training ground, and hopefully results come our way. End of quote. And Chris Boyd said the following on that Joe Rothwell interview. He said, quote, that interview from Joe Rothwell was damning. That's your job. You're in the midfield to pick up second balls. Russell Martin keeps going to the English market. There's a lot of players who have come from the English Championship and failed here. Max Aarons and Joe Rothwell look to fall into that bracket. Rangers are a million miles away from where they need to be. There's no intensity to anything they do. End of quote. I agree with Chris Boyd, and I disagree with Joe Rothwell. Just seems like he's making excuses.
I disagree. It's probably more than a million miles.
I mean, Joe Rothwell says we knew how they were going to play, direct and land on second. Well, why didn't you do something to stop that?
I know.
If you knew how the team was going to play, then you should have done better. You should have been more equipped to deal with it.
They don't know it's just words, man. Honestly, take away Joe Rothwell and put James Tavernier's name in there. Bitterly disappointed. That's his go-to.
Before we move on, just one quick comment then for Chris Sutton. He says, quote, the jersey looks too big for these Rangers players. The longer this goes on, the angrier the Bears are going to get. End of quote. Can't really disagree with that.
I can't stand Chris Sutton.
Some of these players don't look like they're fit to wear the Rangers jersey. And the longer this goes on, of course, they're going to get more angry. That's fucking, what do you expect? I think you're already angry.
Of course we're fucking angry. The Bears have, I don't even know, the Bears have fucking exploded.
I tell you what, they say, oh, who would you rather come across in the woods? The man or the bear? Well, you wouldn't want to come across this angry bear, that's for sure.
Nope.
These bears are bloodthirsty.
Not win thirsty though.
No, definitely not. Right, let's move on then. Lyle Cameron, he's had some praise since coming from Dundee, and I like Lyle Cameron. I think he's decent. Had a chance to score in the first half, didn't take it. Well, I don't think it was his greatest game, but I don't think it was many Rangers players' greatest game.
I'll give him a 5. I think he was the best midfielder.
I'll give him a 5 as well. Best midfielder, didn't really take much though in that midfield, did it? Right, Phillips. Thought Phillips had a pretty good game. I mean, I was impressed with Phillips, and also the fact that he is in that midfield with two players that I think are just far superior to him.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6.
Right, 6 for Phillips. Right, Nico Raskin, the 25 to 30 million pound man. What has happened to Nico Raskin?
Barry Ferguson's happened to Nico Raskin, because I feel like Barry got a good tune out of him, and Russell Martin has got a lot of things to be at fault for, and I think Nico Raskin's career is one of them, because he's just shadowed the player he was last season. I'm going to give him a 3. I thought he was fucking rank rotten.
A 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he really didn't offer much, did he?
Just passive.
I mean, I'll give
Giving away cheap files.
I'll give him a 4, 3.5.
Right, Bacchus.
Great to see Bacchus back in Scotland.
He's back.
Bacchus is back.
He's alright, I'll give him a 7.
Yeah.
I've got a wee shite book, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought Bacchus, I'll give him a 7 as well. I thought he was one of St Mirren's better players.
0.
Roth for 0?
Aye, but this guy's out of shape.
Yeah.
I don't know, what's he eating? Is Martin making them as...
He's not strong enough. Those vegan sausage rolls just aren't cutting it for Rothwell.
he's sure eating some amount of them though.
Yeah, well, he is. Listen, don't rate the guy. When he first came in, I thought this is a bad signing. And he has not changed my opinion at all. Just looks too slow. Doesn't look fit enough. Hasn't got intensity. Just doesn't look like he's cut out for Scottish football.
Just looks...
Not sure he's cut out for any football, to be fair.
Just looks out of shape, fat, uninterested, and doesn't look like a guy that won a league last year.
Yeah, I'm going to give him... You're giving him a 0?
Big wages, it'll be hard to get rid of him. Disaster of a move. I'm giving him a 0.
I'm giving him I'll give him a... I think 0's too harsh. I'll give Rothwell a 3. 1.5.
1.5 for Joe.
Right, Mark O'Hara. I thought he was pretty quiet today.
Captain?
Yep, I think he's normally St Mirren's standout player. I believe he scored 7 goals against Rangers in his playing career, with Motherwell, St Mirren, and I want to say Dundee, which is a pretty good return.
It is.
But I don't think he was that great today.
I remember he scored a volley at Ibrox.
I thought he was very quiet. I'm going to give him
I'll give him a 5.
I'm going to give him a 5 as well. I think he was arguably the weakest player in that St Mirren team. And maybe that's because we expect more from Mark O'Hara. It could be the case, but yeah, I thought he was extremely quiet.
You know, he was quiet like mouse mode.
Ant-Man had a shot in the first half, saved from George. Other than that, I don't think he really done much. Rangers very rarely went down the wings, didn't really create anything. I mean, just wasn't good, was it? Other than his shot, I mean, I can't really think of any.
I think Russell Martin's coached every little good bit out of this guy. So,
he's done it. He's done it in a short period of time, hasn't he?
I'll give him a 3.
I mean, I think a 3 is fair. Right, Ayunga got the goal, did well, took Stuart out the game, made good runs, took off early, but I mean, he'd played his part up till then, always a threat. I'll give Ayunga an 8. I think he took his goal very well.
Oh, he did. I'll give him an 8 as well. It was a great goal. I don't think a Rangers player at the club could have took the goal the way he did.
Right, Gassama. Listen, Gassama's got something, there's no doubt about it. But I don't think he was that good, did he?
No, I'll give him a 3.
I'll give him a 4. I mean, I rate Gassama and I can see why people think there's quality to him, but
absolutely.
Just didn't really show it much today. Right, we got Mandron up next. I thought he was good. He was solid. He was holding up the ball well. He had a chance at the back post where he just out-muscled Aarons. He had that confrontation with Suter in the middle of the park where he just completely muscled him off the pitch. And I think Mandron, I think Mandron and Ayunga up front today, I thought the pair worked really well. Mandron didn't get a goal, but I still think he put in a really good performance. I'm going to give Mandron a 7.
I'll give him a 7 as well.
Probably should have scored, to be fair.
Great assist.
And good assist as well. And Asgard, he played as the middleman. He played as number 9 today. No recognised striker.
False 9, essentially.
I can't really say that Asgard's worse than Danilo though, because Danilo offers you absolutely nothing. I mean, at this point, could you make an argument of playing Tavernier up front?
Is that where we are?
I think so. Listen, Asgard, I thought he was piss poor, offered nothing. Gave the ball away a couple of times. I'll give him a 2.
You know what, man? He almost scored once, and then he had a shot dragged wide. And he's not up to full fitness. I'll give him a 4. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
That's a 3. Alrighty, let's get into the substitutes then. So we will start with Mooney, who came on, I believe, in the 68th minute, replaced Ayunga. Fresh pair of legs. Don't think he really offered much. I think this Mooney kid's young. I think he's only is it 19, is he? Or?
Well, not quite Wayne, but he's not.
No, he's definitely not Wayne. Listen, I'll give him a fucking 5.
I'll give him a 5 as well.
Substitutes, man, unless they impact the game negatively or positively, I think they're just nailed on for a 5. Right, so some guy that's not getting a 5 though. Moore was brought on at half time alongside Danilo. And I can only remember him getting 1 or 2 mentions.
Yeah.
No, but look, Moore got 45 minutes, Finlay Curtis got 15 minutes.
A wonder kid for Tottenham in the Premier League can't do it against Alloa and St Mirren. What the fuck's this happening?
No,
here?
but Moore got 45 minutes. Finlay Curtis got a third of that. And look who scored. Look who was creating chances. Look who was more dangerous.
Yeah.
Curtis did 10 times more in three times less the amount of time. I'm going to give Moore a free. Very poor. Offered nothing.
I'll give him a free as well. Brutal.
Right, Aduwu, like, him and Tanzer both came on with about 6 minutes to go. I think just give them both fives.
I'll give them both fives. I'll agree
Aduwu
with that.
had that run late on, and I thought he was maybe going to whip it in, then he just kind of ran it out for a goal kick. It was very anticlimactic there.
Anticlimactic.
Right, let's move on then to Danilo. I mean, you could call Danilo anticlimactic, or you could just call him shite. I think both would be pretty fair. I'm going to call him shite. I think he is woeful. I think he is actually maybe worse than Adam Adea.
Yeah, because he's not won us anything, so I'll agree with that.
I'm going to give Danilo. I'll give him the same as Moore. I'll give him a free.
I'll give him a free as well. Just a waste of a shot, man.
Right, Diomande came on same time as Tavernier. Didn't offer a lot.
I'll give him a 4. Slightly better than Moore and Danilo.
Although he probably looks at the midfield and he thinks, hold on here, should I not be starting?
No, he shouldn't be because he's shite.
Oh, I forgot Rothwell's amazing.
Well, I mean, I've probably started.
I'll give him a 4 as well. Right, Tavernier. You speak about a guy that should be annoyed. I think Tavernier's getting done dirty by Martin. I know a lot of Rangers fans hate the guy, but no one's going to tell me that Aarons is better. He's just fucking not.
This season just proves to me, though, that, like I've been saying, you can take Tav out the team, you can sell him. The problems still remain.
Yeah, Rangers are shite with Tav or without Tav. Having said that, I don't think Tav really done anything. I'll give him the same as I gave Diomande. I'll give Tav a 4.
I'll give him a 4 as well.
But for me, I mean, I would be starting him. Right, Finlay Curtis came on, got a goal, bright spark,
Nearly
had some
got a
shot.
second.
Yeah, looked lively. Only had 15 minutes to do it. I'm actually going to give Finlay Curtis the same rating I gave a Younger. I'm going to give him an 8. I think he was by far the only Rangers player that looked threatening. And honestly, man, I think he should start against Celtic.
No, I totally agree. Hungry, intense, he's not passive. Everything you want from a winger / forward. I'll give him an 8 as well.
There you go, Curtis there getting an 8.
This is what you want from a sub. Change the game. Now, obviously, he didn't change it as much as I would like him to change it, but that shouldn't be on his shoulders.
Points better than a defeat. Right, before we move into the managers, let's hear what some of them have got to say. So, St Mirren manager Stephen Robinson said to BBC Scotland, quote, "I'm disappointed with the draw after the first half performance. We controlled the game, broke really well, our play out was excellent. We felt we had enough chances that we could have got 3 points. We lost a little control in the game because we didn't contain the ball as much. Our 2 centre forwards tired, which is something we have to get better at. We don't have another striker at the minute that we can put on. Overall, I can't fault the players. We've had a tough start and some really good results. We have good boys that make the core of this team, and the new players have to get that to that level. We believe in getting our better players on the ball quicker, and we're not going to deviate from that. We really need a quick striker." End of quote. Right. Just so pick up on a few things. Stephen Robinson saying he's disappointed with the draw. I can understand that, but I also do think St Mirren dropped off in the last 20 odd minutes of the game, and I think they've no one to really blame but themselves.
I would agree, because they were in the ascendancy, and
There's no doubt for the first hour St Mirren were the better team. I don't think anyone would deny that.
by the hour mark, right, St Mirren should have been out of sight, which is mental.
I mean,
man.
if Clement was still here, he would say, aye, but 70% possession, we should be 3-0 up. Fuck possession. St Mirren did more with their 29% than Rangers did with their 71%. But in the end, unfortunately, did drop a bit deeper, and that can happen. Rangers pushing for a goal, they got that equaliser deflected. Is what it is. And then he talked about how they've had some really good results. And you know what? I think the league table is lying. St Mirren, I think, have had a better season so far than people give them credit for. Really unfortunate to lose against Celtic. They got a draw against a very good Motherwell team. Should have won today against Rangers, but had to settle for a point. And they've knocked Hearts out the League Cup. So, yeah, listen, you could look at it and you could say, well, that's 4 competitive games and St Mirren haven't got a win yet. But the wins will come for St Mirren.
No, they will. I will give them
Well, hold on, we're not done. We're talking about
I'm talking about his what?
his interview. Funnily enough, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about him. I was about to rate him there.
I fucking know you are.
I second your comments, but it's...
No, I mean, pick your head out your arse and let's get into
It's
this.
hard to pick your head out your arse when you've had the Sunday I've had, alright? I'll let you know that for free, but... I think he just needs to... Like I said earlier in the match review, though, he's kind of hinting at the fact that, it was more of an even game. But I think he's only just saying that, though, to make it sound like he didn't throw away 3 points, because I think they did.
He never said it was an even game.
He did earlier in the match review. I know the comments you read out there he did, but I'm talking about earlier. We listened to it on Sky, he turned around and said it was a 50-50 game and a point was probably the fair result. I don't think a point was a fair result.
Your head's gone. Matthew Mills has got to you. Let's move on to...
Nobody gets to me. Apart from that Fegan guy, and the guy before him, and the guy before him, and the guy before him.
Big Stevie's lost his cool. Right, let's get into Stephen Thompson. He says, quote, "Today's point was important for St Mirren because they have a lot of tough games coming up. It would be brilliant if Robinson could make the semi-final of the League Cup." End of quote. Surely the fixtures must be getting a bit easier for St Mirren, no?
You'd like to think
They've played Celtic, Motherwell, Hearts, Rangers. I mean, that is a tough run of games.
Near enough as tough as it can get.
Yeah, he also spoke to Sky Sports. Stephen Robinson says, quote, "Perhaps we could have got more. It shows how far we've come that we're a bit disappointed with a point. I thought we were outstanding first half. I don't think anyone comes here thinking it's a free hit anymore." End of quote. I agree. First half they were great. And St Mirren's just not an easy place to go. Definitely not.
It's sad that people aren't going to Paisley anymore. I think it's a free hit, but they're going to Ibrox. I think it's a free hit, man. Crazy.
Yeah, right. So we could listen to Russell Martin talk about Igamani, but we're going to, I think, make a separate video about that.
Well, we'll get into Russell Martin after we rate Robbo, alright? I'm calling him Robbo because he's going to be the next Rangers manager. Rangers Robbo.
Oh.
The Rangers Robbo.
Tell you what.
I know what Russell Martin said, and we're going to get into it, but we can't get into it yet, so what are we rating Stephen Robinson?
Listen, good performance at home. I'll give Stephen Robinson a 7. I just think that in the second half, the longer it went, St Mirren almost were kind of... And listen, 1-0, yeah, I'm not saying don't settle for it, but they did get deeper. They gave Rangers more of the ball. Rangers pretty much brought on all these attacking players, and then they got the wee bit of luck with the deflected goals. So, unfortunate, on another day, I think St Mirren could have won this and maybe won it by a couple. I'll give Robinson a 7.
I'll give him a 7 as well, aye.
Right, let's move on to what Russell Martin had to say then. And the big talking point is that he has said that this result is not the end of the world. Russell Martin came out and he told BBC Scotland, quote, "It's frustrating. We're making it hard for ourselves in games. Conceding poor goals is so disappointing. We turn the ball over a lot without having conviction in our actions. We have a difficult moment. The response is not good enough. We need to stick to the plan always. I thought we were going to win the game in the end. We need to have more chances to score more. But I loved the intent in the second half." It's not the end of the world. We've been 8 weeks and had so many games. The window needs to shut and everyone needs to be all in. Before that happens, I'm under no illusions. When you can feel some of the lads' energy is not all there because they feel like their future is somewhere else, it's difficult. But we need to give them the same attention as if everyone's going to be here for a long time. Some of our subs really made a good impact and put themselves in a good place to start the game. We're happy with the group, just a few uncertainties about some of their futures. End of quote.
Frick.
Right. I just think it's mental that Russell Martin can use the word love about anything other than maybe Finlay Curtis in that second half.
Tell you what,
but for him to say he loved the intent in the second half...
We scored a deflected goal. Fair play to Curtis, I praised him, right? We didn't have... So, the second half was that great. It took us 32 minutes to get a shot on target, and he loved it, apparently. And see, to say it's not the end of the world, it's the worst start to a league campaign in 36 years, right? I don't see this. See if you've had the worst start to something in 36 years, how is that not the end of the world? 36 years goes a long time. That takes you back to like the late 80s.
What would you do if he loses to Celtic next week and comes out with that same statement?
Well, see,
it's not the end of the world.
I think he's an absolute windy licker, but I don't
he's
think
not that much of a windy licker.
I don't think he's going to come out. I don't think he's going to come out with that.
Yeah, I mean, he says he loves the, like you said, it took them over 30 minutes to get a shot on target.
Well, what's there to love about that?
Yeah, Russell Martin's claiming he loved the attacking intent. I mean,
he's saying that as if
we pummeled them.
Yeah, if we lost the first half 1-0 and then won 5-0 in the second half and won 5-1, then by all means you can come out and say you love it.
Even if it finished 1-1 and George made like 4 or 5 world class saves, I think you could almost forget Martin.
He's lost the plot.
But honestly, Rangers were a bit better in the second half and fortunate to get a draw, and he loved that. Right, well,
I mean, it's the worst start since fucking Hogan was slamming Andre. That's how long ago we're talking here.
I don't think Russell Martin's going to love the rating that I give him. For me, it is a 2 out of 10. Just embarrassing. Didn't start with a recognised striker. Starting Aarons over Tab, for me, is fucking unforgivable. Rothwell in the midfield as well, over the likes of Diomande, I think's baffling. I don't understand that. Or even like a Connor Barron. I just don't rate Rothwell at all. And Asgard up front through the middle, I get it. Danilo's shite, but come on. Finlay Curtis, the only guy that's been looking good lately for Rangers, can barely get any game time, and he's always the last at the 5 subs to be brought on. Similar against Alloway, he came on last minute there. It's like, I mean, I don't get it. I mean, listen, he got a point, but it's a shite point. I'll give him a 2 out of 10.
I'll give him a 0. How about that? Right, the amount of points he should have been walking away the day with, so he gets a 1. That's what he got in the end. But yo, it's 3 points out of 9. I don't give a shit. Literally anybody else on this planet would have more points than Russell Martin so far this season.
Next 4 games for Rangers: Club Brugge, Celtic, Hearts, Hibs.
But can we sit here and be surprised? I mean, look what he did with Southampton last year. Yeah, in Southampton, the relegation fodder, right? But I mean, literally lost every game. I'm not surprised. I mean, we're sitting here predicting St Mirren to win. If anything, this was a surprise. It's rock bottom, and then you've got the whole Igamani situation, and I don't care what teams feel that should be winning today, but they're shite. So
never mind back-to-back wins. Martin's not even got 2 wins in 3 games. I mean, here's his results in competitive matches for Rangers: win, draw, win, draw, loss, win, loss, draw.
Tragic. I mean, honestly, like how has that happened? Like, how can that honestly be the case so far this season? I mean, look how close Alloa took us as well. It's God help us. We're going to get pumped in the next 2 games, and it's going to be the longest international break in your puff.
Aye, anyway guys, that's it. There's a few more things we could read, but we'll maybe save that for later. 42 minutes in, that's enough I think for your player ratings. Bad day at the office for Rangers. League table doesn't look good, but we'll talk more about that in the review show tonight. Any closing thoughts?
Shite, ruined my Sunday, brilliant.
Ruined the Sunday, guys. Till next time. Peace.